E39 528. I have found this. This is a used radiator from an E39 523 that I bought cheap, of course. So there was a leak in my radiator in the previous episode, as you saw. So now we have to fix it because this is my daily and I have to have a car that works. And if you did watch the previous video till the end, you also know that my E34 does not start anymore. There is something wrong with the fuel pump. So at the moment I have no cars to drive to work, and that sucks. So this car needs to be fixed fast. So hopefully we will fix it tonight with the new radiator. So yeah, that's what we're going to do today. Okay, first thing to remove the radiator is to actually remove the fan you have in front of the engine, and that is by a 32mm right here, and that is the opposite direction to loosen. It's not like righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, it's the opposite. So we have to use this 32mm, get that loose, then we can lose the cover, and then it's simply, I think it's just these two screws right here, and that's about it, I think. And of course disconnect all the hoses, and that's about it. So hopefully this will go by quite fast, but well, you never know. There's always some hiccups.
Ta prøve.
Sant? Ja, der var den knakk så fort, ja. Well, this cover is, well, not good. Å, fy søren, ja.
Hæ?
Jeg knakk jo det nå, jeg. Damn.
Nå er det bare å tenke helt annet.
Yeah. Now you see how fast that is cracking. Be careful. Sånn. Damn! A lot of hoses and connections. A lot. There's 2 connections and there's 1, 2, yeah, I think 3 hoses, including the one on the inside. This one. Now it looks like a E36 setup. Just a basic radiator. That's it. With tons of space. Something has clearly gone wrong here, but as I talked to you about in the previous episodes with the head gasket, and that you could have some yellow stuff in here, that's quite yellow. That could be a bad sign for the head gasket to be blown. But if the dipstick, which we have right there, if that were like white and milky, then you have a serious problem. Then the head gasket could be blown. But it's not on mine, so the engine seems fine. It has just been me driving in very cold weather, I assume, and very short trips. So this is why I have this problem right here. It's not supposed to bend like that at all. So this was kind of bad. So very good to now replace it with not a new one because I'm cheap. So this is a used one, but it's a lot better condition than the old one. So time to get this in the car. And hopefully this will be a good daily again, a reliable daily, I hope.
Men Radiator, er det da du vasker de dette nå?
Vi skal det. Nei da, det gikk nå. The new radiator is in the car and all mounted up. So as you probably saw in the beginning, we had to actually cut a little bit of that off, the shroud or whatever, right there, because when we had that 32 mil on the fan down there, we did not want to break off the hose for the coolant right there. So we simply had to cut off a little bit right there, but yeah, it doesn't matter that much. It will still give enough cooling for the car and direct the cold air into the engine, so that's good. Now it's time to fill up with some coolant and bleed the car, and hopefully now it will get heat inside the car again, and this will be a reliable, good daily. Okay, so the way I do it is I usually fill up all the coolant I need, and then I start the car and I have the heat on max and everything, and then have a little bit of revs, and then air will come out of this air screw you have right there, or the bleeding screw. So that is how I bleed BMWs, and that usually works, but hopefully it works today as well. Okay, now it's time to tighten the fan, and the way you do that is simply to start the car, because now we have put the fan like a little bit on, and instead of just turning it a lot of times, we are simply just going to start the car, because it has like reverse threads. So when you start the car, it will start to spin itself in, so it will tighten itself. And that is good enough tightening, because those are really hard to remove again, and it will not fall off by itself. So you need that 32, and you do not want to make that job harder by tightening it too much. Pretty bad news, the thermostat housing has a crack in it now, so that is leaking a little bit, so that means that the car will not get 100% finished tonight. That kind of sucks, but I will just fill up with water and I will take it home, and I will try to fill it up in the morning and take it to work, and then I will try to use the E34. It sometimes starts, sometimes it doesn't, so yeah, not good. I will have to order parts fast because I want this car on the road again. Thermostat housings that are right there are really fragile. They, like, if you touch it, they crack almost. So yeah, it kind of sucks. We have already spent 2 hours swapping this out, and it would be a great night if everything just worked, but it's a car, and well, that's the game. But now at least the new radiator is in. We have replaced it with this really, really bad one. I don't know what happened over there, really strange, but yeah. It was not the day, so we will continue another day. I will have to order a new thermostat housing and fix the car another day. Kinda sucks, but that's how it is. As you saw, we broke the thermostat housing on my E39, so I went back up to the guy I bought the radiator from and bought a new thermostat housing for the car. So we removed the old thermostat housing and swapped it with a new one, and when we did that, we were just about to fill up with some coolant again, and then we found another leak going from the thermostat housing pipe out to the radiator. So we actually had to go back up to the guy I bought the radiator and the thermostat housing from and buy that pipe as well. We mounted that pipe, and then we could get the coolant in the car and bleed it properly, and so after that my E39 were actually fine. So now it's actually running all good. I've been using it for the last couple of days, and my E34, I don't know, I think I have a hunch about what's going on with that car. I don't know if I will make another video about that, but it's currently not working, so I will have to fix it, and yeah. But my E39 is working, and that is perfect. Really a bummer that we actually had 3 hiccups, first with the radiator, then with the thermostat housing, and then with the pipe going from the thermostat housing. So yeah, not a joy to wrench on that E39, because there were 2 really late nights with this car, so that was just a lot of hassle. But anyways, that was this video about the E39's cooling system. Hopefully that I will have no problems with that in the future. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.